All right, so this video right here is basically about Mark Lamont Hill. He defends Sydney Starr's transgenderism by having the analogy by saying that the reason why Mona shouldn't talk about Sydney Starr and misgender her, it's the same as people's, like, basically Sydney Starr is a transgender woman, transgender woman that basically got caught with basically running down on a child, a kid. And not only did he run down on the kid, they said that they got video of this nigga literally snatching a little kid after the kid realizing this is a man. He tried to run. Sydney Starr goes after the child and yanks him up, and then gets caught by the police. The police is like, we already caught you. It is what it is. Jig is up. And she was like, they were like, I'm gonna just say they were like, basically the child wanted it. That's what they said. The child wanted it. What does that sound like, ladies and gentlemen? Because to me, it sounds like a whole bunch of Jeffrey the Steins. You know what I mean? Jeffrey, and I ain't talking about Thugger. You feel me? So they get caught. The police find out the evidence. And now Mona is like, Mona says she. I'm going to just say they. I ain't got enough respect for, I ain't going to hold you, because that's the same energy. Like, why are we giving PDF type of time? That's the same type of time. It's PDF to shit. The fuck you mean? So they get caught. Mona says, I'm going to give her the same energy that I give PDFs. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? And Mark Lamont Hill, this is the shit that I'm talking about with Mark Lamont Hill. He will say things, and I'm not even sure, because I remember Joe Budden speaking on the aspect of him having autism. Maybe it's the tism in this nigga. Maybe it is the tism inside of this nigga's brain that just kind of just starts scratching, and he starts focusing in on the most craziest shit. But this nigga says that when Mona gets disrespectful about misgendering him, it's equivalent in Mark Lamont Hill. It's equivalent to how when white people say the hard ER and use nigger towards black people when they do something wrong. And it's like, that's a horrible comparison, Mark Lamont Hill, because of that energy of the history of slavery is not the same. When you do that, when you correlate sex fucking genderism with racism, it waters down racism, Mark Lamont Hill. This is why I can't fuck with niggas like you, because you do that type of shit. It's not the fucking same. When you do that with this transgender issues and water it in to black fucking racist issues, it's not the fucking same. Clearly it's not the fucking same because of niggas like you. So he basically correlates the qualms and the what transgender people go through is similar to what black people go through. And that's the issue with what Mark Lamont Hill says. I just wanted to give you a breakdown before we go into this shit. But this is the video is from Urban Politicians TV.
Lock them all up. What are you talking about?
That's my point. I'm saying it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
That's my point. I'm saying I don't think your identity should matter when you're doing something like this.
And let's keep it real though. When things like this happen, the gloves be off, we drag. So the fact that people are misgendering her at the same time, I don't nobody want to hear you say, don't misgender her after she did that to a 13-year-old kid.
A fucking kid. It's not the fucking same, Mark Lamont. It's not the fucking same. I don't give a fuck who the fuck Michael Jackson is. If he's touching kids, lock his fucking crazy ass up with the hard ER. I don't give a fuck. Get that nigga the fuck out of here. Same thing with Diddy. I don't give a fuck about your black excellence, Diddy. Get your ass the fuck up out of here. It's the same energy. What we talking about right now? Stop. And it's even more wicked from Mark Lamont Hill because he knows better. He knows he's a smart man. That's the insidious nature behind Mark Lamont Hill and his tricky words. No, that's not tricky words. He's very direct in what he says. It's just that what he says is tricky because the intent behind them. So maybe this is his content over everything. I'm not trying to get too wild up, but it's like, this is what I mean by Mark Lamont Hill is the fucking Trojan horse in that bitch and on the Joe Budden podcast. Cause who the fuck correlates transgenders? It's not the same. I would not compare my shit to their shit. So why is he correlating their shit to Black American racism? With ER, the hard ER? Come on, dog. The implication is that's a tie to American nigga shit. It's not the fucking same. It's not the same. Stop doing that, black people. I was just remember seeing on the live today, I guess a transgender man, I don't know, but he's talking about the aspect of, and this is a whole nother conversation with that group of people, of transgender women, are women, and heterosexual men like transgender women. Huh? I feel like that fucking Soldier Boy meme. Huh? Listen, if you like what you like, that's what you like. That's not heterosexualism. Heterosexuality. It's not. And what was also inside of that post was transgender women. Let me make sure I say the whole thing. Transgender women are women. Heterosexual men are not. Basically, it was implied that heterosexual men are not gay or LGBT if they like transgender women. And what was on top of that is the implication that basically transgender women are women, and anything other than that is more so hate towards that group. And it's like, that's a whole nother bag of worms. I want to talk about that, but I want to talk about that with a better analogy. You know what I mean? But I think that community will say that if I, as a heterosexual man, do not choose a transgender woman, there are some black heterosexual women that will also agree with this. If I do not have a preference for a transgender woman, I am somehow committing a hate crime against transgender women. Huh? When it's my preference. It's only my preference when you try to force me. Also, that's what I was going to say. The aspect of choice. That transgender woman that was on that live also said inside of that title that I do not have to disclose that I'm a transgender woman at all because love is love. That's what they were saying inside of that title, with the aspect of a transgender woman is a woman and heterosexual men like transgender women. Mark Lamont Hill and people like Mark Lamont Hill, be it men or women, y'all are basically fucking up the game. Y'all are getting lost in the fucking sauce with this shit. When you bring topics like this to big platforms like this and speak on the correlation of transgender being correlated to fucking American issues, Black American issues. It's not the fucking same, nigga.
I think we have space for both, right?
Yeah, for sure.
In the same way that if a black person did something awful to somebody, we wouldn't allow white people to call them nigga while they're criticizing them, right? We'd say, you know what? Don't call them nigga.
I'm glad Mona said, maybe we shouldn't correlate that shit, nigga. Maybe we shouldn't correlate that shit, nigga.
This person.
So the fact that people are misgendering her at the same time, I don't nobody want to hear you say, don't misgender her after she did that to a 13-year-old kid.
I think we have space for both, right?
Yeah, for sure.
In the same way that if a black person did something awful to somebody, we wouldn't allow white people to call them nigga while they're criticizing them, right? We'd say, you know what? Don't call them nigga and drag this person. Sydney starts to be dragged.
I'm not saying
Is that a
no.
And that's the shit that killed me. Even Parks, a white person, even Parks, who is known to not be always on the up and up on some of these black topics and shuts the fuck up. He shuts the fuck up sometimes. Not all the time, Parks. Sometimes you need to shut the fuck up. But sometimes he do be like, maybe I shouldn't. He literally says, maybe I shouldn't talk on this topic. But he do pick and choose on which topics he want to talk about. That's black shit. Goddamn.
And hear me out. Let me make this clear because I want to make sure that
I don't think a misgender is a slur.
If I call it,
misgender.
Listen, I'm going to just keep it a buck. Misgender can be a slur because of the intent. It can be. But let's be clear. It's not always a fucking slur because of the intent. But who can tell by the intentions? Because even, I always say, the road to hell is paved in good intentions. Even the best of intentions. So yes, you can make a mistake and misgender somebody and truly not know. You cannot make a mistake by holding the ER after nigga. Even if you are a white person and you use the word nigga, you cannot make a mistake by doing that. It's not the fucking same, Mark Lamont. It's not the same, bruh.
It absolutely
It's a slur?
is.
It's a real
To trans people, yes, dead naming and misgendering. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying
You're
is
wrong about that part, but I do think it's different. But let me say this too.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Wait. If you not knowingly called,
no, I'm talking about. No,
it's always known.
No, I'm talking about.
Okay.
Everybody knows Sydney Star. I'm saying right now,
but I don't know what Sydney Star identifies as today. If someone just says that's a transgender person, okay, you present as this, but you
that
still
gets to be a tricky.
Give a fuck about how you present, dog. Listen, let's just stay focused on the aspect of the reason why I'm making this video here is because Mark Lamont Hill correlated Black Americans being called the hard ER to transgenders being misgendered. It's not the fucking same. Stop doing that shit, black people. Stop doing that shit. They got their issues. Yes, we should handle their issues, but it's in their basket. Keep it there. Do not mix their basket with Black American people's shit in our basket. Stop doing that shit.
What I'm saying is that if we know that somebody is a trans,
especially a nigga that's touching kids, running after kids, being caught on camera, running after kids and holding them down, trying to force them to have sex with them. Nah, bruh. Stop. Nah. Fuck out of here. Fuck no.
Woman, and they identify as a woman, and we intentionally call them a dude. That's what I'm saying. Is
you telling me that's the same as
wrong.
calling somebody a nigga? Yeah.
Can men get pregnant?
Depends. I know.
What does it depend on?
And listen to him. This is Mark Lamont Hill and Candace Owens. I don't even fuck with Candace Owens, but I really don't fuck with the shit that he talk about.
No trans men that can get pregnant.
That means it's a woman.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition.
I wanted to hear what other people have to say about this shit.
UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man.
I
Had to
follow him,
come
right?
tap in, and I want to make sure I came and doubled down on my stance.
Compared to
when
white
Mark
person.
LaFront
It's not
Hill
the same,
disrespecting black people by comparing somebody being called the N-word for doing something wrong as in a correlation of conversation of somebody being misgendered because they did something wrong as a form of disrespect, as this came out on episode 955 of the Joe Budden podcast, and I had a link in the description
It's
y'all
nasty,
can watch
bro.
that in full. And if you notice, Dog was getting on understanding how sad that Dog really is, but in his responses, Dog was getting on here saying, bro, I don't know what the books you've been reading, but burn them. This was the most insane thing you've ever said is what
It's not actually. And that's the hard truth about Mark Lamont Hill. That's the hard truth. I can give him his flowers when he needs them, but the thing is that I be ready to burn them flowers after I give it to him because of shit like this that he be saying. Like, what the fuck, man?
He told him. He responded with,
again, that tism. If that shit about Joe Budden calling this nigga autistic is real and he got like autism, that's sometimes I think that may be playing a part in his points that he be making. You know what I mean? I think that may be playing a part because it's like, ain't no fucking way, dog.
what's insane about it? I don't think that we should use slurs or other identity-based insults against people, even when they do awful acts. I didn't say that misgendering and using the N-word were the same.
It was implied, it was an implication, Mark Lamont Hill. You didn't say that verbatim. You tricky word motherfucker. But it was implied. Stop this shit.
Thing. It was a reductio as absurdum. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed
tricky
to
words.
finish the thought.
What the fuck is reductio as absurdum? I don't give a fuck about what that fucking... if you're looking it up, I don't give a fuck. I understood what was said, and I understand what he's saying right now. He's trying to act like it wasn't an implication and it wasn't implied, that it's correlated. It's a correlation, nigga. It was a correlation. Reductio, you tricky word motherfucker.
Did he respond to something?
Tired of this nigga, dog.
No, I get the sentiment, as did your co-host, but that's such a bad analogy. Nothing will compare to a white person calling a black person the N-word due to the context. Misgendering someone intentionally is bigoted, but not remotely the same. He said it's not an analogy.
It is.
I'm challenging the argument that it's okay to be bigoted if the act they committed it is bad enough. The N-word is an extreme example to disapprove the premise. Again, reductio in absurdum, not in...
Reductio. Man, let me look this shit up. Reductio in absurdum. Let's look this shit up, man, because let's learn something new. Reductio in absurdum. Because I'm tired of this nigga and this tricky word motherfucker. Let's learn something new today, y'all. Reductio in absurdum. is a style of argument that disproves a statement by showing that taking its logic to its endpoint results in a ridiculous or impossible result. It is known as a proof by contradiction. Again, a tricky worded motherfucker. Take the claim you want to test. Follow its rules out to the end. Find the silly, broken, or false result. Decide the first example must be wrong. Speed limit. If someone says we should ban all cars because people get hurt in crashes, you reply, then we should also ban walking because people trip and fall. I get the implication by this, right? I get this. We don't need this absurdio reductum. Rules. It says rules. If a school says no hats are allowed to stop bad behavior, or an extreme result might mean banning all clothes with hoods or zippers too. It's a still. I'm gonna be quiet. No, I'm not gonna be quiet. I'm tired. I'm tired of this nigga, dog. I'm so fucking tired of this nigga.
An analogy, bro. That's exactly what you did.
That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. You fucking tricky worded motherfucker. I'm tired of this nigga, dog. Woosah. Mark Lamont Hill. Fuck you and your tricky ass words. I'm so tired of you, nigga. You. This is him going viral again. Black people. Woosah, black people. This is Mark trying to be progressive and at the same time reductio and reducive in the way that he goes about explaining the analogy that he made when it comes to comparing or correlating that to that, this to that. Again, transgenders have their issues. I'm not saying that they don't. When it comes to whatever the misgenders, whatever the issues that they have when it comes to violence against them, I get that. But do not try to correlate that. You use the example, Mark. Fuck out of here, bro. Like that we gone. I really can't stand that nigga Mark. I can't. I mean, as much as I don't like people like Melissa Ford that be on there, shit, I don't even like Joe. But that nigga Mark, he a tricky nigga. He a tricky nigga. And like that we gone. Bun Kai.